You are listening to Palucci Performance Podcast, and here is your host, Ray Palucci.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the new episode. Thank you for finding your precious time and being here with me. I'm Ray and I'm your host, and let's go straight into the new episode. Today we'll talk about being present, the importance of being present, and how can we use this thing that seems so simple into our favor. How can we use that into winning more from being present? And what does being present, let's say, mean to you? So if I ask you guys one question, what does being present mean? Or let's actually put it this way. What is one thing that you can control? If it's me in this moment answering, it will be that the only thing that you can control is a present moment. You cannot control the future because you don't even know what's going to happen. And obviously, you cannot change the past. So the very moment that you're living right now, that's the only thing that is totally up in your hands. And that's why I believe that being present and this present moment right now is the most important thing in the world. The most important thing that you have in your hands, because you have totally control on what you can do in that moment. So we need to have full control of the present moment. We need to use this, let's say, time, and I don't even know if I can call it skills or tool, because there's no skills or tool on it. But I believe maybe the skills or tool that we can use of being present, I guess, is developing the self-awareness skill of knowing on how to be present, because by taking control of that, it's going to help us create the future and will also make us embrace our past and remember our past. So studies shows that we only use 5% of the brain. That is crazy, because it means that 95% we are in autopilot. We do things just because we've been doing it. We live in these routines for a very long time because that's what society of other people have taught us what to do. So by being present in the moment is to actually have control of what you're doing and being aware that what you're doing. How many times you guys have asked people, do you remember what you got today for breakfast? And they'll be like, and they won't even remember. Or sometimes it'll take a couple seconds to think about it. Or someone will use that as an example for themselves when you ask them a difficult question by answering you, I don't even remember what I ate this morning. And probably they won't remember, because most of the time, well, 95% of the time, we are in autopilot. We just do things just because we do it. And let me share with you a story. There was a priest, and this priest was headed into the promising land, whatever the land was for him. So he got into a ship, and somehow the weather got very bad. The ship got destroyed. He didn't end up in the place that he wanted to end up. So he got stuck in the middle of the ocean, of the water, in some place where he could just breathe, I guess, and just were praying for help and was trying to get saved. So what happened is that one boat passes by, and they tell the priest, like, you know, come hop in our boat and come to our destination and you can go on from there. And he's like, no, God is going to help me. And the second boat comes and the same thing happened. And the third boat comes and the same thing happened. And guess what? He dies. He dies and he goes to the heaven and he asks God. And he's like, God, I've been doing everything that you've been asked for. I've been so nice to you, and something terrible happened, and I've been asking and praying for your help, and you never came there. And God told him that I sent you 3 boats. What else you want me to do? But just because the priest in this moment was living in the future, was, I guess, wanting or asking for something else, was not being present in the moment and realizing something right in front of his eyes, he lost his opportunities. And that's what I believe, that we as humans do this over and over and over. We miss so many opportunities that are right in front of our eyes just because we are either paying for something more, living in the future, thinking about the past, and I feel like it's so difficult for us to be in the present moment. And how do I know that it's difficult for us? Well, how many times you guys have seen people going out for dinner, for a date, or spending time with their friends, and they're actually staying on their phone? How many people you have seen on your job place where they're literally doing everything other than working in a specific task? And when they get home, guess what they do? They worry about their job. So we are in the shower and we're thinking about working. And then we're working, we think about when are we going to go home. And then when we're working, we also think about vacation. And when we're vacation, we're thinking about working. And this is so mixed up together that it literally does not make sense. One thing that we barely do is that we don't stay in the moment. I feel like it's very difficult for us, and I don't know exactly why it's so difficult for us. I guess because it's boring to be in the moment. We want this adrenaline rush, so we give ourselves the excitement or what I'm going to eat when I go home, or what am I going to work out when I go to the gym, and we're kind of already feeling what we're going to do or tasting what we're going to eat, just because living in the present moment is difficult for us. But if we want to help ourselves become better in the present moment, I think that I have something that we can all use to become better. That is to do boring things. Yes, heard it right. To do boring things. When was the last time you guys were bored? For real. Was it a moment that you were just bored and you were still bored and you just stayed there being bored and you didn't do anything else just by just being bored and being okay with it? I find it very difficult for us to not do something. Like we're constantly wanting to do something. Watch TV, play a video game. I mean, even go to a workout. It's so difficult for us to just stay still. So if we want to become better in developing the skill of self-awareness on what it means to be present, I believe, first of all, we have to understand that being present is very, very important, because just by being present, we have fully control of the moment and we can do amazing things to change our future, to help our future, and to remember the past by making those great actions in the moment. Number one. Number two, how can we become better at it? I believe the best way to become better at it is by doing things that are boring. And by doing things that are boring to us and being okay with it, now we are living in the moment. Because when actually we're working or doing something that we don't like, well, we're used to doing sometimes boring things, and it's okay. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to just live in the moment. So how about maybe you draw something? I don't want to say draw something in the wall because you don't want to paint that wall, but maybe leave a mark in the wall and just stare at that point. Or how about you just stare at the clock? How about you just, for example, go at the pool and don't swim, but just float around and just look at something? How about meditate? Meditate and try there's a lot of kind of meditation, but in this particular moment, maybe you can try to not think of anything else and just focus at, let's say, at the dark spot when you close your eyes and just live in the moment. So I believe those are things that will help us. I daily do boring things just in purpose. I mean, when I finish my workout, I go to the sauna and I just stare at the point in the sauna and I stay there until my body cannot handle the heat. I meditate twice a day and it helped me so much on being present in the moment. One of those meditations is called Yoga Nidra NSDR, which have a lot of tremendous benefits for body and mind, but I mostly do it just because it helps me on being present in the moment and shifting my attention wherever I want to shift it, which in this case, in this meditation, is in different parts in your body. And yeah, being recognizing the importance, recognizing that, this self-awareness skill, it's so important, and developing the self-awareness skill, will have to understand that it will only help us, and do boring things just because you want to get used to on boring things and sometimes things that you just don't like. So please Be present. If you are eating dinner with your friends, just leave the phone away. If you're working, just work. And then when you finish work, you can go work out and do something and be in that moment. When you work out, enjoy the working out. When you go out for a drink, enjoy the time with yourself or with your friends, wherever you're going. So let's become more aware of being present. Let's understand the importance of it, and let's train ourselves daily so we can become better at it. Thank you so much for giving me your precious time, and I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I appreciate all your comments, likes, shares, and everything else. And if you guys think that maybe I should add something or you have a different opinion, reach out to me, because I'd love to see your comments, and maybe I'll discuss it to another podcast. So thank you. And until the next video, you guys stay blessed.